Hello again, welcome back to another episode here from the bird room. It's been a long time since we've put one out, 3 or 4 months maybe, just down to obviously work commitments, obviously molting season, and we all know how I feel about the molting season, and there's not much to show. So we're back again in the bird room with birds in full song. Now they're starting to come through the molt, so plenty to show you. Before I do get on with this video though, I want to thank everybody for their continued support, whether it be on YouTube or through the website, or who came to see us at Stafford, and everyone said that they are missing our videos, and I did say to you that one would be coming out really soon. So there's one tonight and one due out on Friday, which the Friday's one will explain in a lot more detail about the birds and the ongoing show season for the remainder of the year. So before I do get on to today's video, obviously quick talk about the breeding season. Very, very successful breeding season here in my bird room and in Jamie's bird room. For those who don't know, I am now in partnership with Jamie Taylor, a long-standing friend of mine in the birds. We met each other about 15 years, and the friendship has just grown from there, and makes common sense to lighten the load, and it means that we could do a lot more stuff. These birds are loud today. A lot more stuff with the birds between obviously being partners in 2 different bird rooms. So it's proven a point. We've bred more birds than ever, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of them on the show bench this coming year. So the breeding season with the greenfinches, very successful. A lot of greenfinches we've bred, and a lot of quality greenfinches at that. Same with the 5 canaries, same with the English cinnamon canaries. The greenfinches themselves are taking a lot longer to come through the molt. That's just because the weather here where we are is still, what is it today? Still now 14 degrees. It's been around 18 degrees for the last 2 or 3 weeks. We've not really had a cold snap yet, so that's when the birds will come into their own really. So their time will come. So we'll go on now to our show season, and we'll start with Stafford National. So we started our show season at the National in Staffordshire. It is the one run by the Parrot Society, which obviously attracts a number of birds. I can hear a lot of cocks singing, which is not what I want to hear this time of year. I want an even amount of cocks through ends, but anyway. So the National attracts a lot of birds throughout the UK, Scotland, Wales, unfortunately not Ireland, due to obviously reasons, but even so, some quality birds throughout. The 5 canaries did really well there. We ended up with best clearing show and best novice heavily variegating show. Best clearing show obviously was a mean treat for us. I was over the moon delighted with that result for me and Jamie. And that bird, obviously we've got a few nest mates and same way bred birds from that, so they'll be making an appearance at the shows later in the year. Like I said, with the British birds, they weren't really ready yet. That is just down to, like I said, the colder weather's still not come upon us yet here down south, and they will be better later on once they've had the hard frost and the colour develops. But even still, we have achieved best current year bred with this greenfinch here. She's an absolute stunning greenfinch, one of the best that I've ever bred anyway. She's got the colour not completely through yet. She's got the style, she's cobby. She's not, although she's a big bird, she's not overly feathered. And that's the main thing with the greenfinches, it's all bird. Greenfinch cocks still to develop yet. The adult greeny cocks from last year, they're coming on absolutely fantastic. And I explained last year that because the last year's ones were canary reared, they do take longer to come through, and they are showing the true colours this year. We will be getting them on the show bench later in the year, so look out for them. The English cinnamons now, you know, it's my first year breeding them, obviously not for Jamie. Jamie's been breeding these for a number of years and is very, very passionate about them. And it's nice that I'm involved with them. They've coloured up really, really well. In fact, fantastically well, and I'm really happy with the progression of them, and moving forward with that. Next year after, will prove that we can make them what they're meant to be. Instead of Norwich type English cinnamons, which Jamie hates, he's that passionate. If you say that they're a Norwich to him, he'll bite your bloody head off. So yeah, continuing with them forward. I will look at obviously getting some for people, and there's a lot of interest in them, and a lot of people asking for them, but you can imagine there's only a few people breeding them, so it's a matter of trying to get enough out of them so we can get them out to people that do actually want to advance them and show them next year. So I'm going to quickly talk about the diet of the birds. Now, this is something that I was meant to do in breeding season, but for one reason or another I didn't, and the reason for that is I didn't want to influence anybody to change their diet of what they are feeding their birds at that point. Now, I've heard a few people have, let's say, not a terrible breeding season, but not what they were looking for, and be all and end all, it is down to diet. Unifeed, happy bird stuff, products, absolutely terrible, throw them in the bin. I'm being honest with you. I used to sell Unifeed stuff, I no longer do. It's a terrible product, overpriced for what it is. Stick to what works for you. Soak seed, egg food, that's all you need. That's all I've been using for donkey's years, and it works for me. As I was selling that product, I thought I'd give it a try, and I ended up throwing most of it away. The birds just didn't take to it for me, and I didn't want to say this in breeding season because I didn't, like I said, want to influence anybody. Smells absolutely gorgeous, mixes really well, but my birds never taken to it. Switch them back to what works, and the results speak for themselves. Yeah, I didn't want to say that in breeding season. Like I said, I know people have changed the diet, and they didn't have the breeding season that they would have had, whether they stick to their own methods or what they used to use before. My egg food mix is basically the Kings, like I've said to you many a times. Kings for me is one of the best on the market. It works for me. It's made by CD, which you might not actually realise, and it actually contains pig fat. Pig fat obviously does them what they want to do. It's proteins, gets the birds exactly what they need, and mine devour it. So, like I said, that's the reason I didn't do it in breeding season. Stick to what you've been doing for the last few years, regardless of this special product that's new on the market. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from trying anything, but if you do try it in moderation. Introduce one thing at a time, not just a complete switch. That's that on that subject. If you would like any more information, send a message or comment below, and I can elaborate more on anything you would like to know on that. If needs be, I can do a standalone video on my experience with it, but at this point the breeding season's over and we're talking about short season 2024. So with obviously Stafford out of the way, like I said, a successful day for us. English cinnamons, and then the 5's doing really, really well. The week after, 6 days after, I went to a local CBS of mine, a local one, being Aldershot CBS. It's one that I've supported for a number of years. We ended up getting best in show there with the clear fight that got best clear at the National. Best British, best Mueller hybrid, best English cinnamon, I think it was like Oldham there. But again, very successful day. My daughter Lucy also had best junior there with her English cinnamon. Now, anyone that knows, I said from the breeding season that she had a pair. She only bred 2, so she can only show 2. She's since then been given another one by the very kind Kendalls. Gave her another one to put into her breeding stock for the coming year. But that's Lucy's, so that's not for me to really discuss. Juniors are juniors, and I don't want people saying, it's your bird, you done this. No, that's Lucy's. She was given a pair by Jamie Taylor before we became partners, and she was given 2 cockbirds by Mark Beckenham, as I explained in a previous video. I thank them, and I greatly appreciate the help from them, because it gets another junior, genuine junior, showing the birds. So that was Aldershot. Like I said, delighted with the results from there, and it's always good to support these local shows. If you don't support them, you'll no longer be here. How many times can you remember throughout the years growing up where you had shows every weekend? Because I know I did. So, like I said, if you don't support them, they won't be here. On to the fight. You know that we've had a successful year with them. I've mentioned this in the video last time, mentioned it earlier. We've got plenty of birds to choose from. There's a lot of birds. The reason they're still in 2s on this side is because they're not completely finished yet. There's some quality birds, and realistically they should be singled off, but it's having a room. The show team itself will be singled off separately, but as of yet I'm still picking the show team. I have got a number of birds that will make the show team that I've still not gone through yet, because there's that many quality. And the quality comes from obviously having quality stock from quality breeders. You can't, well you can, I've said it before, last year before, you can build your own line, but it takes a lot longer. Best option is go to your college, the guys that are out there that have been breeding these lines of birds for a number of years. Purchase a cockbird here, excuse me, or a pair there, and put them into your line and create your own birds. Eventually you'll end up with, like we have here, a hell of a lot of good birds, and that's what it's all about. And the same style across the birds as well. As you can see here, fantastic couple of variegated birds. None's been out yet. This buff, lovely buff hen here, that's been out. The clear there's not been out, it's not completely there yet. Fawn's never been out. The blue hen was out yesterday, won her class. This buff hen's not been out yet. This self blue hen, that was out yesterday, won her class. And the idea of it all is to support them. If I'm going to a show, I'll enter as much as I can in there to put the numbers, obviously put my birds against other birds firstly, and to give others birds to look at of different quality and different colour. That's the idea. I might add though, I've been feeding my birds on canary with VAM, which is a countrywide mix. VAM is the vitamins and mineral pellets. And I've noticed, so they've been on that all through the molt. So as soon as they're in the molt, I'll swap them over from our soak seed, like I said to you before, onto hard seed. And the idea is to wean them onto hard seed as soon as they finish the molt. The problem with that is the rich VAM pellet in the canary mix. They do gorge on that, and they will eat it constantly and constantly. I have had people asking me how much do I feed, and a couple of times this month already someone's asked me exactly the same thing, and they've heard that certain breeders will only feed them a spoonful of seed per day. But the problem with that is what quality seed it is and what type of seed it is. So you can't really measure saying you're going to feed a teaspoon or a tablespoon of seed if you don't know what's involved in that. Like I said, the VAM Canary mix that I'm using is very rich. So every so often, for a couple of weeks, I will put them on no other than our Red Pole mix. You all know what Red Pole mix is. You know, you're all using it. A lot are using it. A lot that don't even say they're using it. But believe me, it's obviously from the orders. And obviously through Stafford, I know a lot of the top breeders of all birds are using it. And the reason I'm using it is it's a lighter mix. It's got a lot of smaller seeds in there, a lot of wild seed in there. Wild seed being obviously exactly what it says, wild seeds, and you've got grass seed in there. Golden Pleasure, Blue Mole, Chicory, all them types of the power seeds, but not in abundance where it's going to give them the shits. Just pointing that out there. There's not as much heavy seeds, that's the whole point of it, so it'll keep the weight off. I've got an absolutely stunning Allied to White hen. Remember, when they're in cages, they do seem to put weight on a lot more. So with this bird, in particular, prompted me to start, it's throwing all over the freaking floor now, just to prompt me to start using a bit more Red Pole mix. But don't feed it constantly because your birds will get too fit, and it's not what you want when showing them. Like I said, the greenfinches, totally different type of thing because they want a bit of weight on them, but not overweighted. They want to weight on to give them that style, that cobbiness. And obviously some of the greenfinch mix that I use, obviously there's certain things in there that will prompt the colour. I know, I remember a few years ago, someone said about colour feeding greenfinches, which is absurd because you can't colour feed a greenfinch to get the green out. It all comes from certain seeds that's in our greenfinch mix. Like I said again, you want to know more information, hit the comments and I'll elaborate a little bit more for you. But saying that, with the fives, we are, yes, we're looking for colour, but not judging on colour. We want obviously the colour of the bird to be as pronounced as possible. So that is not in the Red Pole mix because we don't need it for these. So that's why it works generally well. It's a lighter mix. If I gave this to the greenfinch mix, they're going to end up looking like sparrows. Not what I want. Whereas, like I said, with the fives, some of them can be overweight quite quick because of the stock cages now. Well, I know there's two in these ones, but like I said, a lot of them are singled off. But a lot of these will still make the show team in coming shows, which obviously is the start of the show season, and a lot more shows to do yet. Try and support the local shows as well as the bigger shows, and see how the birds fare against some of the top breeders out there, and that's exactly what it's all about for us. And it's a good day out, good day, good weekend, getting to see friends, making the most of the events. So hopefully I will see some of you there. If not, I will see you somewhere. So also this weekend, not this weekend, it is coming this weekend, yes, 4th of November we will be at Newark, East Midlands, Newark obviously, up north from where I am. It's been taken over by Dean and his team, and they've done a fantastic job since taking over. It's completely sold out, plus 28 more breeders' tables. And I have also the comments, yeah, well, what about them being sold for people to gain early access? Well, that's absolutely rubbish because these guys are on it, and they want to make the sales day a very good day and a success, and they won't take no rubbish from people. And that's the good thing, that's why they are so busy. I will be there, Jamie, PJ, Tom will be there in our fluorescent. It's not on this time. Anyone saw us up at Stafford, we have our fluorescent green tops on this. This is this year's colour. So come and find us, we'll have a range of certain things there, including the Red Pole mix. So if you would like any of that, order it as soon as possible because it does sell out very, very quick. Also Jackie will be there from Essex Bird Centre, good friend of ours Jackie. Stephen Squires, another good friend of mine, I've known him a number of years. These are obviously the smaller, Jackie's not a smaller company, but the smaller breeders, traders, as well as, like I said, hundreds of breeders tables there to get anything that you need bird wise. This is the place to be. This is the place to get them. Get there early. The good thing about this is parking right outside the venue. Like I said, if you can't get what you need there, you're at the wrong bloody hobby, because I've been there so many times growing up, coming away with things that I didn't even need. I remember came away with a chaffinch cock once. I must have been about 17. Didn't even need it. It was just there. Certain other types of British bird, red poles, didn't need them. Just bought them. But now, I won't. I'm saying now, I'm not going to buy any. But I'll guarantee you, me or Jamie will come away with something that we don't bloody need. It's just because that's the type of place it is. You see birds there that maybe not even easy to get hold of. And that's a place to be. I'm telling you now, if you can't find what you want there, then I'll be damned. That's all I can bloody say. So yeah, back to us. There was a few little videos and pictures of the last sale, which Jamie did for me on his own, and bless him, he was run off his feet. He couldn't keep up, so that's why a team of us is going up this time to lighten the load and making the most of the weekend. I won't be taking our breeding fight or our show fights up yet, and the reason for that is, well, I'll be honest with you, I can't sex them as good as some. Some I can sex, some I can't, and last thing I want to do is someone orders a pair of fives, take them up there, and there'll be 2 cocks or 2 hens, and I just don't. I'm as honest as what they come. If you ask for a pair, I want you to get a pair of birds, not 2 cocks or 2 hens. But there is, or there will be, some for sale later on in the year. As of the greenfinches, like I said, we've had a very successful year. And we can't keep them all, can't breed them all. Even though obviously I've got this room, the bird room next door, and Jamie's got his, there's still not enough room for everything. So there'll be plenty to go through. I mean, like I said, there's some of these birds are absolutely stunning. That's not even been on a show bench yet. Like I said, there will be in coming times. Some of them is bloody outstanding. Some of these whites and clears. Oh, the greens as well. Oh, there's a lot to like in here. A lot to like for anybody. I had some good friends round. PJ and Tom, first time they've been here, and they didn't know where to look. And even Tom said to me, the absolute quality. PJ, the same thing. Yeah, so no, I'm over the moon with everything this year. Lastly, before I leave, don't forget we are hosting our Premier show, the Bird Keepers Association show, 8th of December. Anyone that hasn't heard about this, basically we purchased the Bird Keepers Association, me and Jamie, a few months ago, which was basically sales days. It used to be every 3 or 4 months, and so the money, the proceeds from that are going to host our very first BKA Premier show, which is, like I said, 8th of December, in Thurrock, just near Dartford Tunnel, out of the ULEZ zone, anyone that is interested. We're hosting that, and the sales days are basically funding the show itself. We've got a number of specialist clubs involved in the show, free of charge. They keep all the proceeds from entries and all that. We're just hosting it for them, for clubs that obviously the funds of the price of the halls have gone up, and we're absorbing that cost and letting them run the show. There is a number of specials available still to be sponsored. If anyone out there would like to sponsor a section, get in touch, and I can let you know what specials are still available. Thanks to everyone that has sponsored specials in there. We've done it as a club. Me and Jamie's done it personally out of our own pockets again, and same with a number of you guys that are looking to get involved with that. But there is still a couple of things on there still looking for sponsorship or prizes or whatever you want to do for that special. get in touch, send me a comment, or if not, my information is on our website directbirdproducts.com with my telephone number, email address. You can email me if you feel you would like to have more information on that, and we can take it from there. So that is it today. Just a whistle stop edition just today to let you know that I am still here. We are still doing videos, and like I said, another episode will be out on Friday. I can talk to you more about birds. If there's anything you would like to see, again, comment below. And we will be ongoing this season, doing more of what we do on our YouTube episodes. So if you have liked it, please leave a thumbs up. That lets me know that you are liking what I'm saying or putting out there. More saying, because I do a lot of talking. And comment if you have any questions. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Tight sausages doesn't cost you a thing, so don't worry about that. Just comment, subscribe, notification bell as well. If you put that notification bell on, that way you'll know when I've uploaded an episode, if I do feel like I want to upload one without letting you know. Thanks for everyone that's watching or watched our episode today, and I will see you on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening by the time this comes out. Enjoy your birds. Thanks for watching.